Scribble notes when I wrote these quotes. If I offend, pardon me, there's more of me to grow. Creative in my process, enjoy the show. The will is different when you recognize the different strokes. Different folks, same goals, we all want the most. So when we reach the top, we can enjoy the toast. The type of bread we get is fresh about the bakery. Told them don't play with me, with or without a degree. Don't question my intensity, bravery. Similar to agencies that want to see you fold. So just pray for me. Yeah, Einstein with my energy.
A lot of us look at the world as if we don't have time. And I think you even just talking about researching at night, right? Waking up at night, being up anyway, and like using that time for something. I think it just shows how dedicated you are to really making sure it works.
Oh, thank you. And also too, it's just like one of those things that I looked at it, like, for example, with my daughter being up all hours of the night and everything like that, I could either have meltdowns and just be unproductive, or I can do something that's positive and it's still healthy and everything. And, you know, also with the loss of my mother and stuff like that, like, I had two options. You know, I could have went through a downward spiral, or I needed to move kind of forward as best as I can and be there for my family and be there for others. And I know that that's how my mom would want me to be. She wouldn't want me to, like, you know, be completely depressed and devastated and stuff like that. So it's just finding ways to ultimately, like, still be in a positive mindset, even though, like, life happens and it's hard. But, you know, I want to be there for other people and to let them know that when they go through these points that are inevitable and they're going to happen, that, you know, there's other people that are in the same boat.
Yeah, it's there's a path forward.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you a little bit about what the reception to your book has been. What has that been like for you? Getting feedback, hearing people's thoughts. What was it like the first time you started seeing other people reading what you wrote?
It's mind blowing to me. Like, I still haven't had time to really, like, process it. I don't know if I ever will, but, like, I never would have imagined that I got an Amazon bestseller. I've been on, like, pretty much all of Tampa's media outlets on the news. I've even been live, and I had no idea that it would come to this level that it has. And for instance, we went to lunch with some new friends last week, and one of the friends said that they bought the book before they even knew who I was. I was just like,
gosh.
Like, how does that happen? So I'm honored and I'm humbled by it, and I still have not processed it. So yeah.
It's incredible, because when you really think about it, it was you taking a step, you putting yourself out there, being willing to share your story with others, and then feeling comfortable enough to do that. I was actually thinking about I did a podcast last week, and I was talking about, like, just being willing to, like, put yourself out there and not be so concerned with how people will perceive you.
Yeah.
So you took the title of author, which is a hard title to hold.
Yeah.
And now that is you. So what's that been like?
I mean, it's just like, even like growing up and stuff like that, I would have never imagined that I would be writing children's books, or even now, like, writing in a collaboration. I don't know, it's just crazy to me. And I honestly, I don't know, like, I'm still pretty overwhelmed by it all. Like, it's definitely exciting, and I'm really happy that I have the opportunity to be able to do it. So
what's some advice that you can give to some people who are listening right now, who might be going through similar things that you went through?
For me, I would say you got to look at what is important to you in life. And I use this throughout all aspects of my life, like being a military spouse, working for the Air Force, everything. So for me, my family is, like, my number one. They're the most important thing, everything else secondary. So I know that, for example, for my kids, I want to be a good role model. I want to teach them to go after their dreams and to be inspired and to be as good as people as they can to be in society and to help others. And, you know, I want to be a living example of that for them. I don't want them to be afraid to go out and try new things. I don't want other people's opinions, knocking them down. I want them to have confidence. Like that's what my mom did for me growing up. So I certainly make that a priority for them. So I say, just look at your morals and your values and what's important to you to begin with. And then just constantly try to develop yourself. And it's something that you do day by day, just little tiny things. Like even if you can make 10 minutes out of your schedule toward yourself, whether it's you're listening to podcasts or it's like prayer or it's exercise, whatever you have to do to be more well-rounded and to be the person that you want to be, start off that like little by little and chip away at it.